So hello everyone and welcome to, I could call a new video format. I mean, it won't be different as a gameplay video, but this time we'll do reading. But you won't read, I'm reading, of course. One of you asked me to read his wiki page. I think it's a wiki page about his game. I'm not sure. I'm not the best voice actor ever, but we'll do it. And before all, let's put it there. That's much better. So, 3 shifts at Blues Playhouse Origins. 3 shifts at Blues Playhouse Origin is an inkwell novel set through the start and post TSABP 1. Thing itself. Chapter 1. March 20th, 1978. Vincent Locke founded Blue Ink to open a showbiz restaurant, like Fredbear's, because he totally didn't get inspired from them. 7 months later, Red's Family Diner opened their doors to everyone. It was the direct competitor to Fredbear's Family Diner that somehow knocked Fredbear's off the charts by ending up being more popular than the said dinner. The reason for that being that the animatronics can generate songs to sing, create dialogue in real time somehow. The animatronics had advanced security protocols to making it almost impossible to hijack, and etc. All of those without needing actors. It was too good to be true, but it was true. Vincent, like the man, he spent the money he got from the booming business to make the customer experience better, while being proud of Red's dinner. The cast included Red, the engineer, the lead vocalist, Blue the Blob, Red's stage partner, Lola the magician, a bonus entertainer that has its own stage, and Enzo, an animatronic that is for child safety that broke a month later Red's Diner opened. Everything was normal till the big bite happened at Fredbear's Family Diner. So a lot of people picked Red's Diner instead because it was safer, so the place got more customers like you expected. Eventually, Vincent got more greedy over the time, from the massive unexpected rise of the restaurant, so he became more strict to his employees, and you know that always has consequences. Chapter 2. It was a normal day, like usual in Red's Diner. Employees were preparing everything important before they opened their doors. While it was all happening, Vincent was playing something diabolical in his office. Torture suits. They are spring-lock suits that have the sole purpose to fail on activation. It was his plan on keeping his employees obey the rules, or else they will get stuffed into one of them. He drew blueprint after blueprint before landing on the final design. They looked identical to Red's Diner cast, but only had eyes that ripped off the organic human ones instead. It was perfect to him. No other psychopath could not think a better idea than him. Besides William Appleton, but let's not get into that. Vincent quickly dials his business partner Gary Johnson and finally presented the idea to him. Gary, I got this perfect idea to keep our employees from not breaking the policies, Vincent started. What is it? Gary asked. Remember those spring-lock suits from Fredbear's Family Diner? We can make a worse version by making suits like them which fail on activation, Vincent replied. Gary went speechless for like 3 seconds before replying with, Vincent, that's the most garbage and bad idea I ever heard in my life. Vincent started getting a bit pissed. No, it's not. It is, Gary replied. Gary, I swear I can literally remove your wall if you continue resisting. Vincent started threatening him. No, Gary replied. Then Vincent struck the reply that finally convinced Gary. Do it or I fucking else. After that, Gary started the production of the torture suit 2 days later. Chapter 3. It was 23rd of April, 1984. Tomorrow was Take Your Child to Work Day, and that meant Daddy was going to take me to Red's Diner, which he worked at as the owner. I was excited to go there because I have always been wondering why it was that special to my dad. Anyways, I was waiting for Daddy to arrive. Eventually, he did arrive and started by letting me know the thing you might already know, because I just said it earlier. Skip to when it was night time. I quickly got in my pyjamas and had went to bed. Tomorrow was going to be the best day of my life. Then the day came. I quickly got up and started getting ready. The breakfast was better today. I was too energetic for Daddy to handle, but that still wasn't a problem for him. We both got in his car and drove to Red's Diner. I was thinking about how Lola actually looked like in person. She was my imaginary friend once as well. Chapter 4. Vincent takes Susie to the party room to leave her there while he does work. Susie, make sure you don't go any employee only rooms or don't follow me yet. I will be busy and you can have fun here while I'm away. Okay? Susie nodded back at him before Vincent leaves the room. A bit later, Vincent goes backstage to confront 2 employees, them being Steve and Bethel. They were apparently breaking the policies a lot as of what he heard. Steve Orwell and the woman with the name I cannot memorize follow me or else. They of course obey and follow him as they are thinking about what is going to happen to them. Probably they will get fired, but Vincent is too dumb to actually do that. Vincent takes them to a hidden storage room somewhere in the building with the Lola and Lorenzo torture suits sitting against the wall in front of them. Vincent suddenly pulled out a pipe from the ground and shouted, "You dickheads didn't obey to any policy. This is worse and you guys don't even deserve getting fired." Then Vincent slashes them both with the said pipe he was holding. "Please forgive us," Bethel says to ask mercy for him. "Do I look dumb? No, I don't. You both go into the suit. Though, no." Vincent forcefully stuffed them both in their respective suits. Steve got in the Enzo one and Bethel got in the Lola one. They were absurdly uncomfortable in there. As this was all happening, Susie became a bit too curious and decided to explore places with father wouldn't let her be in. A little later, she found the hidden storage room's door and walked inside. While inside, Susie witnessed the scenario. Daddy, she says in fear, was also looking at the 2 people in the suits she didn't know about. Vincent noticed Susie and slowly turned around to look at Susie in the eyes. "Susie, I can explain," he says. "What are you doing with these people, Daddy?" she replies. Vincent pauses before explaining, "Well, they have been naughty, to say the least. Not the romantic way, but the other context. I'm just punishing them for a real, he says before he accidentally stumbles, and then the torture suits active. The employees inside scream loudly as their flesh gets pierced. Susie watched as their blood poured down beneath them, before starting to cry, and then she runs off. Fuck! Vincent exclaimed before running off to find Susie. Chapter 5. While going back home, Susie was sitting in the back seat while Vincent was scolding her while driving. Sorry, Daddy, Susie started. I literally said, make sure you don't go any employee-only rooms or don't follow me yet. For a reason, Vincent shouts. Your punishment is that you go to bed early. I won't beat you, obviously. Susie nods as she tries to not sob again. Her mind is forcing her to. Back at the diner, some employee called Eric Newman found out the hidden storage room after Susie had secretly revealed him to him after running off. Eric enters the same room to see Steve and Bethel in the torture suit twitching a little bit. Eric decides to report it to the police department, because what could he even do about it himself? At night, they arrived home, but there was police surrounding the house. Vincent, of course, got off to see why they were surrounded. I swear and we are not cooking me, Vincent says while approaching before getting cut off, and the cops point their Glocks at Vincent. You are under arrest for double homicide, one of them shouts. Vincent pauses a bit before trying to run away, but one of the cops threw a hand cut on Vincent's head, which makes him fall to the ground. Susie was still in the car, was horrified that she was going to an orphan because her mother had abandoned her since she was 2 years old. Chapter 6. After Vincent got arrested, Susie was left on the streets because an orphanage took her in. Her only chance of survival is moving in with a relative. The only one she remembers at this point is her cousin Jessica, a young adult, and she somehow knows her home address and when Vincent teaches her. A day of travel later, she finally arrived. She first knocked on the door. No response. She then knocked harder, and then Jessica answered. Jessica was shocked that Susie was on the doorstep without Vincent and instantly thought that something was wrong. Where is Vincent, Susie? Susie trembles a bit before speaking. He got taken by some people wearing blue outfits. Jessica purses her words before realizing he had been arrested. Why so? They said it was double homicide. She reveals before starting to sob a lot. Jessica calms her down before taking her in. While inside, Susie sits on the couch, and a bit later Jessica sits next to her. Tell me, Susie, what happened? Jess starts. Well, 4 days ago my dad took me to Red's Diner. There I went into a secret room located somewhere there. I saw 2 people in costume twitching, or something, with my dad standing in front of them. He activated the thing and red liquid started coming from below them. And they started screaming. I thought it was something bad, so I just ran away. Jessica looked at her with shock. What the hell? Jessica whispered to herself. What the hell? Okay, Susie, I will try to see if you are telling the truth, Jessica says to her before hugging her and then standing up to go to the phone nearby. 2 hours of calls and etc. Later, Jessica concluded that Vincent was going to be there for 8 years. But she couldn't leave poor Susie behind, so she decided to temporarily adopt Susie. Months passed, and Susie has been living with Jessica, and she has been enjoying it. She had been treating her better than Vincent, and Susie didn't ever want to leave her until she was a teenager. They wouldn't know that Vincent would escape. Chapter 7. September 1st, 2000. Vincent Locke has escaped prison by manipulating a guard. He had fled the country to go to Canada instead, where the FBI, it got that worse, had also forgotten him. His last plan was to revive Red's Diner into Blues, Playhouse, or whatever, to attract children and kill them for no reason, so he went on with it. A couple of months pass by and it gets opened. The new cast was Blue, the blob, that was actually a blob, Red, the blob, scrap but still exists and didn't get used, Gamer and BBQ Gert got the same fate as Enzo from before. Vincent didn't know that he created a new foe. 5 days later, Vincent decided to put his plan into action. The place was empty and was the perfect time to, in the middle of some room, there was Tanner Yang, the kid with the blue shirt. He watched from afar for a bit before lunging at the child with a knife, taking him down. After that, he dragged the body into this place's hidden storage room and threw it at the bottom right corner of the room. At day, he said that the blood was spilled ketchup to the janitor. He didn't want to get fired, so he beloved him. He did the same for Linda Nguyen with the yellow shirt, which was in the parts and service instead. 2 days later, he decided to actually get some security here, so he hired Black McAdams from America as a night guard, which didn't even experience unnatural activity the entire time. 5 more days later, December 4th, 2000, Blake ends up being the guy recording the tapes for the next guard, and a new job listing is published for Blues in a newsletter. Jeffrey Fortnite ends up taking the job. Chapter 8. 21st December of 2000. After Jeffrey had left the building, Vincent was checking up the place in case something was wrong. Everything was going normal. The places, the arcades, whatever crap that is in the Playhouse, they were untouched as usual. Blue and Gamer were inactive for some reason, and they didn't roam around the place, but he didn't care about it. Meanwhile, outside a black blob with tentacles and pure white eyes and teeth appeared along with the 2 children which Vincent killed. They suddenly teleported inside the building and approached Vincent from behind, but he didn't notice them and he ran off to the hidden storage room where the corpses of the children were still rotting. But the important thing was that there was torture red there, which Gary also produced for some reason. Without a choice, Vincent threw himself into the torture red suit, thinking it was a spring-load suit from his foggy memory from panicking. He lost it off, thinking he's safe, but then Black Blob activates the suit from afar. The thing fails. They leave Vincent in agony and they leave the place without looking back, marking an end for Vincent. Or not. There is some problem with the punctuations, or is it me? Not bad, but it's really a goofy story for a goofy narrator. Anyway, I hope you liked this new type of video. I hope that even though I made some mistake and the tone wasn't there, that you liked this video. So tell me, nothing, no? Share, like, subscribe, etc. And go visit the page. I will put the link in the description, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!